again. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. This is my first time as my leader of the opposition saying the safe confines of good people.
All right, Ryan.
Before I get into my conversation with you, I want to recognize the hard work and dedication of the team that is able to pull this off. Please give them a round of applause. Marcel Shaw, Unity Workers Union, Barbados Concerned Citizens, the Rastafari Progressive Movement, the Steering Committee, Watch Out My Children. This is powerful because this meeting here tonight shows you what cooperation can do. What unity and bringing people from all spheres of life, of society can achieve. This is the Barbadian mentality that we need going forward. And groupings like this, I've been observing over the last few months, and you have been bearing some good fruit. You have success stories. It is because of you that the Child Protection Bill did not pass in its current state. Give yourself a round of applause. It is because of you that we do not all have to take this digital ID. Your marches, your voice on these important issues. The cybercrime bill. It is because of your strong voice. The walk in the hot sun is not in vain. Barbados is on your side. They may not come out and march. They may not all be here. But trust me when I tell you that they are on your side. Do not give up. No. I am proud to be part of this gathering today.
Me too.
Because it feels good to be part of a family that wants the best for Barbados.
It's true.
Not wants the best for itself.
No.
For Barbados.
Yes.
Here at Castle for our children, we want to make our children proud. Not of only what we've done, but how we have developed our country. We need young men and women, brave men and women who have the interests of Barbados first and foremost.
Barbados first, egos last.
Egos, friendships last. And as a candidate in the election, the last election, it opened my eyes to the state of affairs in our country as it relates to politics and governance. People are not happy. They are not happy. And they have been disappointed. Disappointed with promises. Disappointed with false hope. Disappointed with people saying one thing, doing the other. Being used just to get power. And then they change on you, they flip the script, and they focus on themselves and their family and their friends. The reality is that this BLP government has done the same thing. They have deceived the people of Barbados. They have deceived you because they have told you that they will rescue the nation. They have told you they are going to set you free. They have told you that you are overtaxed. The burden is too much. They told you, them will come to the rescue and free Barbados. But what have they done?
Nothing.
What have they done?
Enough nastiness.
As soon as they came to office, you can see the policy position of this government. And it is not people oriented.
door.
It is not people oriented because this government, within months, shift the burden, the financial burden of this country to the poor people and let corporate Barbados free. And we have proof to that. This is not idle talk. This is facts. It was said that we were overtaxed, we were overburdened, and that the previous administration had us in a chokehold as related to prices. The government won the majority, a significant majority, all because you voted and supported them on that day in 2018. But they turned their backs on you in a few months. And the tax war, I call it a tax war. The government takes in revenue by taxes. You pay taxes, businesses pay taxes, businesses collect taxes on the government's behalf that you paid in. But what did the government do? And this is important for you to understand where the mindset of this current administration is. Because a time will come when you again will face the polls, and it will not be because you like somebody, or as Lynette said, because they can talk fancy, or as the Reverend said, because they got corn from biscuits, or they give you $100 bill. We will not accept that anymore. But watch the tax war. In the 2018 budgetary statement, this is what the Prime Minister said. As promised, we will repeal the National Social Responsibility Levy from July 1st. This will cost the government approximately $145 million. When the NSR was put on, many prices rose by double digits, depressing retail sales and economic activity. Mr. Speaker, sir, she said, we are conscious, and the Central Bank of Barbados reflected that there was a doubling of inflation in 2017, caused predominantly by the rate of the NSRL. My government expects that the removal of this distortionary levy will lead within 2 months to a reduction in prices for average Barbadians. This is 72 months. Have you felt a reduction in prices? But this is what you lost. You have lost close to $800 million in your tax revenue. They lost it. But the government just can't lose revenue. They have to get it from somewhere else. So what did the government do? Sewage tax, garbage tax, health tax, fuel tax. Do you understand what I am saying? Do you understand that they relieve the corporate Barbados of taxes? The tax burden was not lifted. It was not passed through to you. And then, knowing this, they put on another slew of taxes to recoup the money.
Now what is that? You know if I be here.
So that, I have explained to you that over the last 6 years, the government has raised, in excess of $800 million from the pockets of hard-working citizens in this country. Give away $800 million in 2 months, and then seek to collect the money from you. Where does their interest lie? Tell me, does it lie in your household? It doesn't. They have deceived you, and this is what Barbadians are concerned with. That here we have campaigning time, election time, and you have these promises, but yet you turn your back against the people that support you based on what you say you are going to do. It must come to an end, and we need you, the loyal opposition, to stand up for this. We need you, that when the time comes again, you are able to express a view that you will no longer be taking this nonsense, this deceit, the lies, the betrayal. Do you agree?
Yes!
Listen, I do not take this job of being an opposition senator lightly.
Of course not.
It is important for us to have a voice in Parliament.
Very much so.
It is important for us to have voices outside of Parliament.
Doing a good job.
And I will tell you here tonight with all sincerity that regardless of who government is in place, this should not end.
Never.
Because we have to keep the government on the watch. Keep their feet on the fire so that they operate in the best interest of not themselves, but your children, their grandchildren, your parents, your grandparents, the society as a whole. Because if not for us, there is no society.
That's right.
And I always say, and my mantra is take care of the people, and the people will take care of the economy. How hard is that?
That's right. We are more than an economy. We are a society.
If you do not get up tomorrow and go to work, or Tuesday and go to work, no one will earn a cent in this country.
More than an economy. We are a
The businesses
society.
will close,
Right.
the government will shut down.
Right.
It is because of you.
Right.
So do not take this meeting tonight. Do not take your forming meetings weekly for granted. They mean something to people of Barbados. And the shameful thing is that you have a situation where everyone is singing for the same hymn sheet, although they know that they're wrong. Young ministers going into supermarkets and telling you we have better prices than we had when we were COVID. You have senior ministers know whose job it is to come and tell you to expect a price increase because of some war in another place, because of some shipment arrangement. That is what they're doing. Instead of spending time with solutions to fix these problems, they are spending time advising you of the pain to come. Of the pain to come. And lo and behold, here we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, understand this, that we just passed a bill this week, last week in Senate, where businesses will pay a higher corporation tax rate.
Right.
Did you hear them cry out?
No.
Did you see the business community cry out?
God. Patricia Tannis and them like it. Tannis and them like
But
that.
what this means for the government is that they will have more revenue to work with. But they need to work the revenue on your behalf. Because if you're moving taxes from 5% to 9%, and in some instances 15%, you understand how much more money they will get?
That's
Do
right.
you understand that they can double their revenue intake?
They can't borrow more internationally, so they're going to do it here to get the money
So
here.
we are demanding, as a loyal opposition, no more loans.
No.
Fix the schools.
Domestic board. Domestic
Fix
board.
the infrastructure. Pay the staff. Pay the nurses. Pay the teachers. Stop with this temporary contract nonsense where you're working for 6 months and then have to go and look for a job, or have to be dependent on a minister or member of parliament for another 6 months. That is the position. It is a political strategy for them to hold people close to them and to be vulnerable, to keep you in a vulnerable state, to say you have to come back to me for 6 months so that I can get you another job, extend your contract. That is not the Barbados that we want.
No.
If we need nurses, give them permanent work. If we need teachers and principals, give them permanent work.
Drainage workers, they need
We
drainage
do not
workers.
need this mindset that we as legislators and as politicians are having our constituents, the people that voted to us, come knocking and begging every other week for a job, for assistance. And you know the first thing they do is they, when you go to the office, they put up the voters list to see if you're on the list and to see if you voted. And if you ain't vote, your goose cut.
Yeah,
If you feel you vote for another party, your goose boring. Big. It's not the politics that we need in Barbados today. We need a politics where people are first, where the once you're in government, there is no blue, there's no yellow, there's no red, there's no black. It's governance for all, for the betterment of our society.
correct.
So we are urging the government on this windfall of revenue that they will get, that they will do good on behalf of the people. And I heard another speaker allude to it earlier about this whole notion of growth. What growth? And the governor of the central bank is borderline irresponsible in his comments. And I stand by that because you cannot come and say that we've had 12 consecutive quarters of economic growth without putting it in context.
He gonna talk.
Let me keep on zero. What do you expect? No growth? This is really growth. This is growth that the Barbados Labour Party, that this government has on record.
Kevin Greenwich is a joke.
Growth in the size of cabinet. You remember that? All 30 members of parliament were either ministers or parliamentary secretaries. All unheard of. That is growth that they have on their record.
That's right.
Growth in consultants.
Yeah, paying $6,000 a month in
Growth in consultants, and the leader of the opposition spoke about $30,000 pound payments for consulting in whole project. $30,000 a month. And that's just one. Multiply that by 30 ministries.
Yep.
And multiply that by 5, you're up in hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's right, right.
Hundreds of millions. And you have a situation, as Casual rightly said, where now they're getting bonus payments every year. They're getting the gratuities every year. So you are in a contract as a consultant. You get a monthly salary, then you get a gratuity. But a person that is a normal worker is on a contract for 6 months and gets nothing but has to come back and apply for a job. Your growth, the growth that they have on record is growth in wastage. Wastage. Oh, we are going to build 10,000 homes. Oh, we are going to import steel frame houses from China. And you understand the level of taxpayers' dollars are wasted or swindled away. You understand that this is the record of this government. The growth that they are speaking about is growth in the wrong direction, everything negative, everything bad for this country. Nothing good. Nothing good at all.
Sell out the airport. I don't know what we're doing.
Minority opposition, we have to remain focused. We have to remain focused. If we are not focused, we will end up in a similar situation come next election. Do not let your vote go to waste. You have to come out and express your right to vote, because this is not good for democracy. This is not good for governance. This is not good for the future of our nation. We have a situation where there is no vision for our youth. There is no vision. We are in a position where the government is fighting crime by holding cricket matches.
Yeah.
That is it. We are in a position where there are no job opportunities for all young people coming out of university.
But then still, you're walking up
We
my dog,
have
you
a
what's
problem
run.
where our school system is being broken slowly but surely. School reform will not happen, and we are not hearing from the consultants. Have the consultants been laid off? Have they been laid off? Because we do not know what is going to happen.
That's why you use them for funerals and site
We
visits.
don't know.
That's why you use them for funerals and
But
site visits.
if education is a right created by our founding Prime Minister Barrow, it is a right for every student, every young person in this country to get access to education.
Right.
Is it not true? It is a right. So if we are spending the second highest budget of the government is with education, if we are spending so much money on educating our young minds, which we should continue to do, shouldn't it be right that they have access to jobs?
That's right.
Shouldn't they have access to jobs? Decent, hard-working, paying jobs. Not jobs where you have to go and beg people. Not jobs where you have to do unethical things. Not jobs where if you don't have on a certain kind of shirt, you will not get a renewed contract. We have decent young men and women who need to be thinking differently and who need to be told and to see that government is acting responsibly. Because if we do not prove that, we are going to get less young people interested in politics, less young people wanting to come to these forums to hear what is going on. And we cannot allow that to happen. Loyal opposition, are you ready to continue this work? I urge you, do not drop the ball. Marcia said, you are the financiers of this. Do not drop the ball. I give you my commitment that I will do my best to serve the interests of every single Barbadian. And I will support anything that is productive as it relates to having a strong opposing voice in this country. And I want to commend all of you for coming out in your numbers here today as a show of support that we as citizens still have control of Barbados. And no one will ever take that away from us.
Everybody go work, man.
As I close,
Drink
I
some
want
water,
to thank you
man. Drink
for
some
your
water,
show
man.
of support for what is happening in the Parliament of Barbados recently.
Yeah.
Please give our leader of opposition a round of applause. Please give Senator Trisha Watson a round of applause. We are outnumbered, but we will fight. And you will fight. And together we will conquer. Thank you.